It was.
Your dose is like reasonable of HRT, so it would be odd for your red blood cell count, hematocrit to be like disproportionately high, I feel like.
You know, it's funny. It took me a while to figure out, but I think the Echopoi was one of the big contributors to my heart attack. That and the sleep apnea.
Yeah, so I read that in the book, and that's a big point because everyone thinks, they're like, oh, he was underslept, Viagra, cocaine, all that kind of stuff. They don't realize, like, EQ's a fucking shit compound in my opinion, too. Like, it's so dramatic on the hematology.
Yeah, it's funny, man. That was like what I was doing in buds, that and, you know, a small amount of tests.
But it's because that, like, access more than anything. Because it's not like now, if you have, like, a Bitcoin, just go on the internet and buy whatever the fuck you want. Back then, it was a bit more difficult to...
Dude, and just like there was no fucking internet. Like, that's something that a lot of people, like, don't realize how big of a deal that is.
It's so easy nowadays getting gear.
It's fucking crazy, man. Back then, it was just, you had no idea.
No. Yeah, back then it was you either knew a guy or you had to, like, fucking go over the border or whatever.
I think I had that book. So it was like Anabolics 2000 or something.
Llewellyn?
Yeah.
It's been updated like 7,000 times since then.
It's been what?
It's been updated like
Okay.
7,000, but like probably like 30 times.
Yeah.
So it was like, what edition do you have? And it's like 1 to like 30. That was ahead of its time for sure, but now some of that stuff is like a little bit outdated. And like some of the stuff I have no idea. I found out after digging into research, he just like made some of the shit up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like EQ, he says it converts at like half the rate of testosterone to estrogen, like all this weird stuff that just like made no sense when I actually like dug into blood work. Yeah, that compound's brutal, dude, for like sludge blood, literally.
Yeah, and I think that's what fucked me, man.
Yeah, and the unaddressed sleep apnea too. Like you're probably walking around with a super thick neck your entire life, and who told you, like a chick in your sleep, that you just were choking, or how'd you figure it out?
Well, I would like, it was massages too. Like when I would be getting massages, I would just like wake up and like just need to breathe, you know?
Gasping.
Yeah.
Dude, before I got mine addressed, I would just like wake up in the middle of the night, literally on the brink of passing out, and I wore a pulse oximeter to actually diagnose it, and it would show I would like dip below 95 so many times to the point where I'm just like killing brain cells all night.
Well, 95 is not that bad. Your SpO2.
Or what was it? It was like, there's some, I think it was 90 where you start killing brain cells. I forget what it is.
Really? Because I'm at sleep, I'm like under 90. Like,
Do you CPAP?
I tried like the thing. It's like, dude, I felt like I had a fucking leaf blower, like blowing air into my mouth. Like I just could not sleep, even on the lowest setting. I just
whatever the
couldn't do it.
threshold, because it's been a while since I've used that thing, but I was like 20 when I first got it diagnosed. But I just remember it was measuring apnea episodes per hour, and it was significant to the point where I was pretty much, I would stop breathing for 1 to 2 minutes, breathe, stop breathing for 1 to 2 minutes all night. Yeah.
Damn, 1 to 2 minutes is a long fucking time.
So
I mean, you're basically like doing like breath holding.
Yeah. I recorded an audio of myself when I just wanted to see how bad it really was, and it was fucking terrifying to hear yourself like that. Yeah. And it's like if you're single or a girl just thinks you're annoying, this guy snores way too much, I'm just gonna, go in another room or just deal with it, because I'm not gonna like tell him he's annoying because I want to, keep him around. You just go years without knowing, and you just like slowly killing yourself.
I think that was one of the reasons I like never wanted chicks to sleep in my bed. Is I had such a fucking hard time sleeping that like I didn't want to be woken up, or some girl fucking wake you up because I'm snoring. I'd literally go fucking nuts if they did that, because I have such a fucking bitch of a time getting a good night's sleep.